All right, so we can't mess this one up. It is our Columbus Blue Jackets this time around where we have to try to win a Stanley Cup in year number 1. We already know the big dogs we got left over. Werenski, Dubois, and Jones. I say left over because we know we lost good old Panarin and we lost Sergei Bobrovsky, but you know what? This team's going to keep on trucking along, and our goal today is to somehow turn this team from a team that literally just lost 2 really good players you'd want to trade for to being wiped off the team and still making this team a playoff contender, a Stanley Cup winner. Let's see if we can do it. And yes, before we get too far into this is our first PlayStation giveaway. We're going to be giving away a $5 PlayStation PSN card. So if you guys are interested in that, comment down below. I don't know, CBJ for the win. Make sure you comment down below CBJ. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to enter. We will randomly select a winner. Again, that is for PlayStation. I haven't been able to get a lot of PlayStation in there. Hopefully this will be the beginning of that for you guys. Now, the good thing with the Blue Jackets is I would assume we have a fairly large amount of cap space. 9 mil to be exact. Sounds about right there. Losing those guys. Didn't have a lot of cap space left around. We did sign Goose over the offseason there, so that did bump it up a little bit. But taking a look at this team, it is Nyquist, it is Dubois, and it is Atkinson. And all be all, first line's really not that bad still. And we have Foligno, Wenberg, Yorkstrand, Jenner, Texier, Josh Anderson, and then Riley Nash, Dubinsky, and Milano over there on the 4th line. And clearly, we are going to struggle offensively. There's a lot of, we have a top line. And after the top line, things get a little bit sticky. Now, we'll go ahead and move players around here, see if there's anything we can do to boost these lines at all. It's not looking like something that we can make happen. Atkinson here, that would +1 if we played Atkinson and Nyquist swap. But besides that, it's looking like we're pretty well stuck with where we are right now with overalls and such. Foligno and Atkinson can swap for a +1, but that's not really big enough, I don't think, for us to say, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and make sure we can't swap these guys on this side of the ice anywhere, and that seems to be the case indeed. So yeah, we are pretty well stuck with what we have right there. Looking at the defense, thankfully, somewhere we got a little bit more of a stronger area. Gavrikov is only a 77 overall, unfortunately. But besides that, Savard, Murray, Werenski, Jones, pretty solid top 4 there. Maybe we can say, you know what, at the bottom 2, it's fine. We won't worry about it. And we'll worry about offense here because I think we're going to have a lot to spend. And defense is probably one we're going to have to not worry about. Because when you have Korpisalo and Merslykins at 75 and 80 overall, you're going to need a goaltender. It's pretty safe to say we will need a goalie. First thing we're going to do, though, is I think we're going to go down the center route. Because, yeah, Tefexia, I love you, buddy, but them 70 draws, you're going to have to play on the wing with those 70 draws. Dubinsky's good in the face-off, though. Yeah, 88. So Dubinsky's good there. But he's a good 4th-line guy, what we need. But we gotta get possession of the puck. Period. Like, I see why these Blue Jackets never going to take the draws when they're all rocking 74s over here. We got to find somebody to play center, take some draws here. I think we're going to start with Paul Stastny. Now, Stastny, 6.9 mil a year. It's a big contract to take on. They're willing to wheel and deal him, though. And that's somebody I think we can talk about grabbing here. Now, Dubinsky's... See, that's the thing with Dubinsky. He's a great 4th-line guy, but he is eating up that cap. Riley Nash, same story. We don't really need Riley Nash. Somebody's going to be taking off this team when this happens. Let's take a look at these forwards here real quick. There's our 3, 6, 9, Texier, Nash, and Milano at the bottom. Is Milano playing? I'll play Milano, so that's fine. I'll take Milano. Nash doesn't have to play. I mean, at the same time, you have defensive awareness 83 for Milano. It's a bottom 6 guy we're talking about here. Nash is an 84, so it's really not that much better. 84, 85 on the shot blocking. Blocks a few more shots, but he's also older by, like 6 years. So we're going to 7 years. So we're going to keep Milano, I think, there. Try to free up some cap. Because I do want to make sure we can make other moves as well. I think I'll have our eyes set on maybe like a Lundqvist or something. If we try goaltending, we might try a month with the current goaltending. Because one thing we've learned with the game in EA this year is the lower overall goalies seem to simulate better than the higher overall goalies. So that might be something we go about looking at there. The Blue Jackets, as far as trade value concerned, we don't have a lot. Foodie, and that's about it, it looks like. I mean, if we have to throw him on, they're interested in him. I guess we could save some draft picks. Can we make that happen there? Foodie and Nash for Paul Stastny? No. Vegas can live with what you're asking to send our way. We're glad that you're paying attention to our trade block needs. That said, you aren't where you need to be in value offered. I understand. You want to retain some of Paul Stastny's contract. That's fine. I get what you're saying there. I completely understand that you wanted to make this offer better for us. That is why you did not accept it, right? That has to be part of it. Probably not, actually. But let's go ahead here and add on Let's go. Oh, yeah, we don't have any draft picks because we traded them all away for players that are no longer on the team. Perfect. So we don't have to worry about that. Might as well trade all of them. We're on a 3rd round pick there. They're going to reject that on the surface. Your trade looks good. We're not keen on keeping them on a salary. Okay, so now we're going to see if we can nickel and dime these guys. We'll drop 100K there. That's not enough. Let's drop another 100K. We're being very grimy here. We're going to find the minimum threshold that they're willing to take Stastny for, because we're going to try to keep as much cap space as possible because we're going to need it. They're still not into it. What if we add on just a 4th round or a 5th round pick? Because I'm assuming they're not going to be worth much, these 4th and 5ths. We'll throw in a 5th, see if that makes that salary retaining a little bit more appealing. It does not. We'll go ahead and drop that there. And we'll go down to about, let's try 1.25. What do you think about that? 1.25. They're still rejecting it. We'd appreciate the change of it's just not enough for us. Okay, you know what? We'll go back to the draft pick. We're spinning circles here, but we're going to make it work. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're trying to save some cap for... Don't wait, is that what that said? Hang on a second. Let me see what that said. I'm pretty sure they said they're trying to save some cap. I'm sorry. We are seeing the start of salary in the proposal, but Vegas is still not willing. Okay, yeah, you wanna go lower than that still. All right, what if we go just under $1 million? Under $1 million? Yeah. Oh yeah, they like that. I knew they'd like that. Big fan right there. Good for them. All right, so Paul Stastny, welcome to the team, buddy. Let's go ahead and take a look at this lineups or drawn up lines we have here real quick one more time. Now, Stastny on his 2nd line, much better there. Dubinsky's not going to play. I guess we could still play him on a 3rd line. I'd rather Wenberg get the time up there. Dubinsky's a good 4th line guy. Unfortunately, that's going to drop a -1. I want Texier to play more, but now Boone Jenner's down there too. We got too sentimentally attached here. You know what it is? Because Foligno's on the 1st line. That does not need to happen. No wonder. They're trying to balance it out with Nyquist and Goose here, it looks like. What if we put Anderson up there? I don't know. Let's see what the Foligno stats are looking like here. I mean, he's a 2-way guy. He's going to play the power forward and a sniper. I'd like to think it'd be better if we had a playmaker up there with these guys. 85, 86 on a shot, 85, 85 on a passing and hand-eye. Josh Anderson, obviously a power forward as well, though, so I guess we don't really have a lot of options there. Playmaker and Stastny. Now, Stastny could be a guy that might play. I mean, he's good where he is, though. He's playing with Nyquist. I think that's a good combination there. And, I mean, we could put Nyquist on a 1st line still. Nyquist, Foligno can go on this line. Make sure we have a 1st line. We have Atkinson up there, so we don't really need 2 snipers on a 1st line. So I can see what you guys separating that, maybe balance it out a little bit there. If things struggle, we can switch those up, put Nyquist on the 1st line. And we'll look at Yorkstrand, Dubinsky, Texier. I want Texier to play more, but Boone Jenner! He turned down Boonykins. I love me a good Boone Jenner. His role's a depth forward, and Boone Jenner belongs in a 3rd line. They like the potential. I think Texier belongs in a 1st line here, EA. I don't appreciate the overall you guys gave him. I'm a little bit to a lot biased, but I still don't appreciate it. And Boone Jenner is the better defensive player as far as offensive awareness is concerned. Well, 95 discipline. Good for those guys. And as far as the offensive awareness goes, 85, it's pretty close there. 83 by 84 on a shot. And again, I got to try to get the sentimentalness out of here and just do what's best for the team. I think Jenner has to go there. We'll leave Milano where he is. I think we leave the defense where it is. We'll look at the extras here, or not the extras, but the power. It is the extras, so I want to look at the power play. Power play is Dubois, Stastny. No. Oh, wait, that might be right, actually. I think, yeah, Stastny does have to take the draws. Dubois, Stastny at Wenberg and Jones. 2nd line, Texier, Anderson. Who's best face-off guy here? Face-offs, Foligno's good with him, 80. Yeah, we'll put Foligno there then. Texier in a wing, Anderson there, Nyquist, and then Werenski on the 2nd line power play unit. And then we take a look at the penalty kill, or yeah, the 4-man power play, my bad. Atkinson, Jones, Goose, Wenberg, that looks not good, I guess. EA does not like what they see there. Maybe we'll put Foligno here. We'll switch out. We go with a more of a 2-way guy. Power forward. Is Anderson playing right now? Anderson is not playing. We'll put Anderson there and see what they think about that. I don't really want that -1 if we don't have to. That's not going to help the cause there. What if we put... Nah, it's not going to change anything. Like, it looks like they're pretty stuck with that. Maybe we'll put a defenseman back here. We can put Savard there. Will that balance it out? Of course not. Okay, we're going to put Savard there anyway because it's a 4-on-4, and I like to be more defensive on that 2nd unit. So we'll leave that as it is there. The penalty kill is Jenner, Jones, Dubinsky. Perfect. Texier, Milano, Savard, and Murray. I don't know if I want Texier there. We already brought up his defensiveness issues, his face-off issues. Let's see if we can find somebody better here. I know they don't want to put Stastny or DeBall there. Enstrom's not playing. EA. How did I miss Benstrom? You know why? Because I gave him an 80 or a 78 overall. That is just straight disrespectful. We can score some goals at least. Why did you do that to us, EA? I'm a little offended by that. Benstrom on the bench. That's just rude. Milano, you... Oh, face-offs right there. Boone Jenner. Again, Boone Jenner's same story. He's good in the dot. Now, is Jenner on the kill already? Yeah, he is. He's on the first line. No, we might leave him on the first line. Or, yeah, we'll leave it how it is. You know what? We'll leave it how it is. The issue we're having here is texting and face-offs. So we'll monitor that during the season. The only big move we've made so far is Stastny. And the reason we're going to leave it as is because we want to make sure the goaltending goes all right. Because we can't invest all of our assets in another forward and then find out we have to get a goalie. But hey, if we can make the goaltending work, then you know what? All the power to us, and we don't have to go out there and worry about it. So we'll see how this goes. Get this preseason out of the way. It's never good when you lose preseason games, and we are 1-2. Okay, this team is not looking good for the start. You don't want to go 3-2. You got to go out there 5-0 the preseason, because if you're losing a team's backups in a preseason, it's going to be a rough regular season. Toronto, to start the season, it's an L. It's back-to-back L's. Back-to-back-to-back L's. We got to stop this losing streak. There we go. There's a win. I already got to talk about it. 1-4. Dallas is 7-0. Excuse me? Good for Dallas. We're 1-4. It's already getting close to talking about it. Yep. There's another L. Going to Chicago. There's a win. Going to the Islanders. There's a win. I don't know where we pulled the string here. See, we lost that one 3-0 because we couldn't score. We lost that one 3-2. Like, these are winnable games. We lost this one 2-1. Now, that one was 6-3. I'll blame the goalie. But a lot of low-scoring games so far, it's looking like that is the reason we're losing games. I can't necessarily blame that on the goalie. At Toronto, we're going to lose that one 4-3. I can blame that one on the goalie. 6-2 over there in Carolina. We'll sim up. Yeah, we're 4-6. We got to be careful here. I don't want us to get into too big of a hole here and not be able to go anywhere. Right now, there's 2 straight wins, though. Back to 6-6. 3-2 win. 3-2 win. 2 of them. You know, let's go ahead and finish up this month. I want to get a decent sample size, too. You know, you don't want to go too, it's too small on the amount of games played, and then you don't get, you guys can have some outliers from points and stuff like that. But we're up to 9-7. I can't stop now. We started 1-4. We won 8 of the last 11. And then we went out there and lost. I had to bring it up. Losing to the Avalanche. But again, 2-1. 2-1, 7-3, 2-1. This team seems like it's doing all right from a defensive standpoint. As it should. The defense is great, I think. The problem is we aren't scoring points. And Foligno's leading the team in points. Also a problem. Love you, Foligno. But that is a problem to say the least. We'll see how our goals for are so far this season. Blue Jackets, 2.58 goals against, goals for 2.53, which looks close to dead last in the league, as you can imagine. Go ahead and sort that by this. Go the opposite direction. Oh, Vancouver, 1.8. Okay, we're not as bad as I thought. 2.17. We're in the bottom 6, though. We're in the bottom 16. How in the heck are the Oilers 2.52? Maybe we have a hope still. We just got to, let the wrinkles kind of iron himself out here, but I think we have no choice. Penalty kill is fantastic. 86%. Oh, it's not us, the Oilers. 85%. Still not bad for us. Our power play is terrible. As expected, though. We don't have a power play. The power play's gotten better for us in real life, though, recently, though. Good for that. But, I mean, it's not good else. I guess we can go... Oh, you know what I did not look at? I want to look at the good old Mersley-Kins / Korpisalo stat line here. Because I think we're going to have to go for a forward. If that's where we're going, that's where we're going. We'll look at the points, though, by these players real quick, too. 916 and 926. Again, great stats, great numbers. It comes to the forwards. We'll take a look here. Foligno on that first line's playing great. So we really don't need to mess with that. Nyquist, 11 points in 19 games. Dubois, 11 points. 10 out of Anderson. I mean, we could talk about moving Dubois if we had to down to the second line, maybe. Stastny's got 6 points. He is just not having a good time where he is right now. That is for sure. That is his role. Second line. That's where they want him. Third line for Milano. First line for Atkinson. Depth for Texier. That is the thing. They have Texier in the depth position right now. We might need to move him if we can't pick somebody else up. Foligno's shooting a lot too. 13.5%, 37 shots. I don't have him to have 5 goals, 10 points though. So he's leading the team in points. Let's see if we can find another forward. All right, so we might be swinging for the fences here, but Calgary's willing to move Hamonic, Lindholm, more importantly, trying to throw both of these guys on here. $7 million. We're still going to have a little bit of cap space with that. I'd still like to see if we can retain some of that. I'll see if they can retain some of that Lindholm cap. anything we can do to retain salary cap, I've learned, down the road, teams start to, take a little bit less for their players that are kind of hurting when it comes to being overpaid and stuff, but we can't grab those players cheap if they're obviously, not under our cap space. So we're going to see if we can make this happen here. Lindholm, Hamonic, there's no way they're going to send us Lindykins. Send it. I question whether you looked at our trade block surplus. I didn't. I looked at good old Lindholm and I was like, send it. I'm ready. Send us Lindholm. We have good draft pick value. Thankfully, this team blows. No offense, Columbus, but thankfully we blow. So we got some good draft pick value here. Unfortunately, though, we don't have any seconds or anything of that nature. We're throwing a second and a third before we throw in our first round here. See if they think about that. This deal would work. Oh, but in our current situation, we're not comfortable retaining a salary. Oh, yeah. I would love to make this work. All right, what if we drop just below 2 million? What do you think about that? They don't like that either. Okay, you know what it is? You have to jump just below 1 million. I learned you keep it just under 1 million, they don't even notice it. Watch this. Watch this. I got to test this theory here. We're going to jump this just below 1 million, right? But we're going to do the exact same thing with Hamonic here and see if they end up saying, you know what? That's a good deal. We'll take it. Maybe it's a little glitch in the system here. Working around the bugs. Nah, they ain't falling for that. They ain't falling for it. I tried, EA. A for effort, though. Trying to be a great AGM here. What about that? Trade rejected. Weird. They're trying to change the salary and the proposal, but still not willing to accept the deal. What do you mean? It worked on the other guy. What do you think about that? Trade rejected. Okay. I really can't afford to not have you taking this. Before we do this, we're going to go back up to about 1.5. And I think it's worth it to add on another second round draft pick here. And say you can keep we'll keep the third, give you the second. The second here ain't worth very much though, so that could be a problem. Trade rejected. On the surface, it looks great. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and send them that third round pick again. And then we're going to have to retain or not retain any salary by the looks of it. We'll go 500K. We're really trying to weasel these guys out of 500K. They're willing to make this trade and we're just worried about 500K. There it is. Love it. Knocking down 2 birds with 1 stone. Mark Stone type. Not really. Here we go. Let's take a look at these lines. I think we just made some huge improvement. I can't believe they just gave us Lindholm for that. I feel like we just stole him. Thank you. You know what? 8 games, 11. Look at that. 20 points almost. A point per game player. Straight to the first line. Gives Foligno a reason not to play on that first line. The question is, can I do anything else to make these lines better? Foligno with Anderson, the swap does work at +1s there. If there's anything else we can do, lay it around here. That does not work there. That does not work here. This and that. That's going to bump up the Anderson line. And it's going to bump up. There we go. That's perfect right there. Wenberg, Foligno, Jenner, Milano. Again, the bottom 6, not the, flashiest, but it doesn't need to be. That does not need to be. They're positive players. Well, they're positive on the penalty minutes. I was looking at the wrong category there. For the most part, they're positive players. -4 for Yorkstrand, who's up to an 80, or was he already an 80? I don't remember now. 82 defensive awareness. That'll do it. I would like to see that a little bit better there. He's a third-line scoring type of guy. That's what they want to see out of this guy. We're putting him on a 4th line. 10 giveaways, 9 takeaways. You have to clean that up a little bit. I guess that isn't bad. That's about average for him. Last season it was 14 by 31. So maybe that isn't too average. We know he doesn't hit a lot, but besides that, we're good. Looking at the defense, though. Nudavara, Savard on the 3rd line. Dirty. I love it. Can Savard play? Do we have anybody that wants to not play top 4 here? I think Savard needs the top 4 minutes. I like Savard. I'm biased, though. That's the problem. Look at the stats here. 87, 89, 88 on the defense there. Hamonic is 87. Oh, man, he's a better shot blocker and a better stick checker. I'm sorry, Savard. I love you, buddy, but you're going to have to go in the 2nd line. And then we should be good from there. Look at the power play. Make sure everything is straight there. The power play's got to be looking nice. Jones, Werenski, Lindholm, Dubois. That's the extras. I do that every time. Oh, there we go. Dubois, Stastny, Lindholm, nasty. Atkinson up there at the point, holding that stick up in Ovi's office. Wenberg, Anderson, Foligno. Again, Foligno's got to play there if he's going to play on that. Who else do we have to choose from here? Nyquist is there. Atkinson. I don't know if we have the strength to go that way, but I guess we're going to have to. Foligno's going to be playing that, and he's going to be playing on a penalty kill, I guess. Just how she's going to have to go. I think the penalty kill looks good like that, though. We actually got a +1 and a 0 now instead of those minuses we had earlier. So let's see how this goes. Let's do it. Now, the team's actually above 500 right now. We just made some big trades, I think. We picked up a first liner. We dropped we dropped Garyakov, who, let's be honest here, he's still growing. He's still young. I think he's got a bright future, but right now in this game, he's meant to be playing down there in the AHL, logging some minor league minutes. There we go. Here we go. Game number 1. Simulation stop because we have amateur scouting. Not a big deal. Game number 1, though, is a W. Game number 2 is a W. 3-game win streak since the big trades. Make it 4. Beating Ottawa. Overtime. Still a point, though. Pittsburgh, which you got a W. And I missed the one right after. There's a loss to the Coyotes. Coyotes are tough, though. That team plays great defense. Another loss. 2-1. It's okay, though. They're 2-1 losses. I'm not happy about the low goal scoring, but at the same time, I'm happy that our team isn't giving up a lot of goals playing on the defensive side of the puck. And there's a little losing streak, something I did not want to see here. Overtime loss to the Kings. There's a W to the Devils. An overtime winner to the Islanders hanging on over there in Washington. Again, lost but a point. Lost but not a point. We got to avoid those 2-1s. Still having problems scoring goals. That is all I can see out of this. Too many. Another 1-0 loss there. 3-2 loss there. What is going on with this team? We're winning games, though. We're 22-17. Are we a playoff team? I would assume... can you not automatically switch that from this screen on your own? Apparently not. I think we've discussed that before. I'd assume we're right there on it. Yeah, we're in 3rd place in the division. Rangers up on them by 3. The thing is, why are we still struggling to score goals? It's got to be the bottom 6, I guess. You look at this team from the top to bottom, this top 6, they got to put the puck in the back of the net. If they're not, I don't know what's going on. I mean, we're not doing as bad. Goals for is 2.82. So it's better, actually. I shouldn't say it's terrible. We're still having low-scoring games, though. But it's okay. I'd rather have the low-scoring games, when playoff hockey comes around. It's better to have those low-scoring games than, winning every game 6-5. Because when you're winning a game 6-5 and they clamp down in the postseason, that just does not go well. Yeah, we're about middle of the pack, it looks like here, from a goals perspective. We'll sim up to the trade deadline. We'll see where we're at. If, again, we're still struggling and it's the reason we're losing a lot of games is goal scoring, then we'll do it. I'm still very, very kind of scared, I guess, to say, to go out there and just drop all of our assets and then see that, Mersley-Kins or Korpisalo just lays an absolute egg. So we're going to see what this, this team can do here. The other thing is, too, one thing we've been doing a lot in these sims is when you mess with the bottom 6, they're meant to be, bottom 6 players. They're not, they're meant to be not good, I guess. When you put those good players on the bottom 6, it seems like they don't sim up as well in this game. Almost like the EA's, building it where, yeah, depth is great, but they don't want you having a stacked bottom 6 that ain't used to playing those minutes. They end up actually hurting your team more than helping it. We're 31-22 right now. Almost in first in the division, right behind the Penguins. And we're heading into the trade deadline, 33, 22, and 8. Do you really change anything here? We got too many assets laying around. That is my big gripe. Is you leave all those assets laying around, we're 2 points out of first in the division, though. I think we're going to go after, $7 million. Let's see what we can do with Anders Lee. I don't know if we're going to be able to make this work. I can't imagine, to be completely honest. But if we move Yorkstrand's 2.5 million, that's who's going to be getting. Is it Yorkstrand? I think it's going to be Yorkstrand that gets cut, right? Let's take a look at these overalls. But we do need a goal scorer. If we can get a goal scorer and move Anderson back down to the 3rd line, it'd be Yorkstrand, or it would be not Dubinsky. Not going to drop. We could trade Jenner, though. I just love the way this guy plays on a power play or on a penalty kill. 8x17. He's a good bottom 6 guy. I don't know if I can drop him for that. Look at Dubinsky. That's decent. We're going to leave Dubinsky there for his defense and his faceoffs. Milano, of all guys, might be the one you consider that is a defensive liability. Yorkstrand is too, though. Yorkstrand, I do think that's where we go here. Yorkstrand's a minus. We'll throw Yorkstrand on this trade. It's going to take a lot here. We're still somehow in salary cap range. I don't know how, but we are. So we're going to not complain about it. And we're going to try to make this trade for Anders Lee. Anders Lee himself is this season, I do believe, a minus on the season, which is always a little bit scary. But we're paying for a goal scorer here. He's 29. He's got a lot of years left on that contract. I like this goal scoring. The wrist shot accuracy and power, 90/90. I think that's going to be a very big addition to this team. Thing is it really worth a 1st round pick for Anders Lee? If you retain some salary, it is, of course. Go ahead and retain some salary for Anders Lee-Akins. Go ahead here, New York. We don't even need to trade for anybody else, but I just want to feel like we're not getting fleeced in this trade, so you're going to retain some of this salary, so I feel good about it. Oh, okay, all right, maybe not. You don't agree. Okay, fine. You know what? This is like the story of this video. How many times can we get a team to tell us we're not taking this trade because you want us to retain salary? How many teams are willing to wheel and deal with that? As far as I'm concerned, this is our last trade. It is all or nothing here, so we're going to give up that 1st round draft pick. I know it's a lot, but I do feel like that's our last trade. We're either going to win now or we're not going to win. That's pretty self-explanatory there, right? But Anders Lee here. Let's see what we can do here. Lee is going straight to that first line. Now I want to put him on the second line. His defense does concern me. We'll put Atkinson on the first. Foligno, you are not going to go. Why is Foligno right there? Who am I missing? Oh, Nyquist. They just said, oh, let's put Nyquist on the fourth line. Good call, yeah. Good call. I love that. That's a great idea. So Nyquist and then Lindholm. Lindholm can play center. What am I doing putting Lindholm on the wing? Is Lindholm not? Oh, Lindholm doesn't play center. Who am I kidding? 83 faceoffs compared to the ball is 74, though. I do think we swapped those guys, though. Can the ball play decent on the wing? I mean, it's faceoffs at the end of the day. Let's look at the ball's faceoffs. Maybe they're not as bad as we're talking about him here. Can I not look at his player card? EA? Hello? Is that not an option? Oh, we gotta go to that screen. Okay, let's take a look here. Faceoffs for the ball are 46. Yeah, not very good. 46.89. And then good old Lindholm's faceoffs are 55. Yeah, we'll let Lindholm take the draws here. I hope that doesn't affect anything. Whoa, I don't know. Let me take a look at the ball stats. I mean, they might not even be that high. Hey, it's a point per game. Hopefully that doesn't hurt anything moving those guys. I think the ball will do fine on the wing. And then Anderson, and I like that better. Anderson, Dubinsky, and Jenner. Big line to have there. Foligno doesn't need to play on the fourth line. I would actually prefer that to be this line right here if I can make that happen. But we don't have to. That'll work there. Maybe balance it out a little bit there. Foligno there. Milano is a +9 on the season. He's been playing fourth line minutes, though. Jenner is a +2. We'll leave Jenner here and Milano there. And get a +1 on just about every category there at the very least. Defense still looking solid. And again, the power play is now looking a lot better, I'd have to say. Power play, Dubois, Lee, Lindholm, Atkinson, Jones. Now that is a scoring line right there. We might actually move one of these guys to the second line. Am I missing somebody? Yeah, Nyquist. Where's Nyquist? Right here. Why is Nyquist down here? Let's put him there. We'll let Foligno play there. That looks great. That looks good. Perfect. All in. Can we make it out of the first round? Maybe we win another 50 games as we normally do in these videos. 50 win season and then bounce in the first round. We're usually pretty good at that. How many straight episodes can we go without getting out of the first round and being a division winner? That'd be interesting. 36-24. I'm afraid to look at this point. We can't change now. That hands off the controller. 37-25. A hot month of March can put this team in great position come playoffs. The Penguins are pound for pounding winning with us right now. We are having a fantastic March, but the Penguins are keeping pace, and they are keeping pace at, I don't even know, a great rate, I guess, to say the least. Look at this team reeling off the wins, coming into the postseason hot. Love to see it. Gonna end up with 45 wins. Gonna be the Rangers in the first round. We talked about taking Buchnevich from him. I think we edited that out of the video because we wanted to get Buchnevich, and I was like, he's a goal scorer, right? He had good goal scoring stats. I was like 88 by 88 or something, and then he ended up like 9 goals on 40 assists this year. So I was like, you know what? Maybe that's not a good idea. So we'll just continue looking somewhere else. 101 by 99. So we're 2 points out of winning again. It was close. Rangers third in the division, 91. Only 3 teams making it out of the Metro. So looking at the Atlantic, that'll be the division we play. 110 out of the Leafs, 108 out of the Bruins, 107 out of the Panthers. I see why now. Look at that division. The Lightning of all teams, only 95 points. Not too concerned about them. Let's take a look though. 2.99 goals for. So we got that goals against or goals for all the way up to 3. Love seeing that. 2.7 goals against. We'll take a look at some season stats here because this will probably wrap up the video once we jump into playoffs. Make sure we get a look at everything here. Lindholm 79, Dubois 73, 67 out of Atkinson, 34 goals. They spread the wealth out. They all scored a decent amount of goals. 14 for Jones, nice season out of him. Stastny got back in a positive territory. I think it was a minus early in the year. 26 goals out of Anders Lee by 23. So he went out there and he helped. He had, what was it, 12 goals, 12 assists, 13 goals, 13 assists. Ended up with 13 in the second half of the year on absolute fire for this team. 17 by 32 for Nyquist. -6 for Josh Anderson, plus 14 out of Werenski. Only at 36 points. Not bad for a defenseman, though. Bottom of the team there was Marcus Nudavara, still a -1. Not a big deal, though. I think he was a -4 early in the year. So he started playing better when we threw Savvy back there with him. So that's good to see there. But let's jump into these playoffs. These Rangers playing in Columbus. Games number 1 and game number 2. Can we please jump out to a lead? Yeah, look at that. 2-0 series lead. How did we do that? More of that, EA. I feel like it's the first time we jumped out to a 2-0 lead in like 18 episodes of this. Granted, we're on episode like 8. Can we do it again? Another one? Another one? Oh, man, come on. Oh, there's nothing I'd like to see more than a sweep of the Rangers after they took Panarin from us. 3-1. These Blue Jackets are thinking the exact same thing. Got that chip on their shoulder. Let's take home the W in Columbus. Overtime heartbreaker. 3-2. Still fighting. I did not check out Korpisalo's stats. Good for him, though. Clearly, doing something right this year was Korpisalo. No matter how this season ends, there it is. Get out of here, Washington. Oh, you're not Washington. Get out of here, New York. Walk home. Somebody's going to yell at me for that in the comment section. How do you not know that's the Rangers logo? I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding. You know, sometimes I think you guys take me too seriously. You know what it is? Because you can't see sarcasm through a computer screen. So here we go. Not a big deal. Love you guys regardless. It's not. It's just, it was funny. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know what isn't funny? This game. This game right here. A 2-1 overtime loss. It was a home game. We're going to Tampa. We finally got out of the first round. It's looking like a second round exit if we can't turn things around. No, in Tampa Bay, there's a W, 2-1. Big dub. It's been 1-goal game so far. Every game we've been in could have been one bounce the wrong direction or we'd win. There's another overtime loss to Tampa. We're going to sim this. We're going to sim it because I have faith that we're going to win this. Ready? We're not even going to jump into it. This is a W for the Blue Jackets here. Don't question it. There it is. Overtimer, baby. Here we go. We're jumping into this one. No, in Tampa Bay, they're coming back from down 3-1. The Blue Jackets in Tampa going to fight back, going to win this game. There it is. 2-1 early. Janssen, Chyler, Johnson, Foligno, and Dubinsky, the bottom six performing against Andrei Vasilevsky. Giving a goal right back there is Korpisalo. Again, Tyler Johnson having himself a game. That's 2 goals for him. He could get the hat trick, but I'd approve or more than likely appreciate, should I say, he not get that. Stastny, though, with the goal. Blue Jackets up by 1. Third period continues on here. Just got to hold off the Lightning at this point. And that's not going to happen because there's a goal. There's a goal by the Lightning. Was that on a power play? I don't think it was. It was a Ryan McDonagh goal for no point. That's a softie. Those are the goals you don't want to see let in up there by Korpisalo. Unfortunate, but it did go in. Maybe it was screened. Maybe it got redirected. You never know. Maybe we're going to blow this lead, though, because there's Cooch Daddy scoring on the Blue Jackets once again. 4-3. Power play killed by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Another Blue Jackets power play. Can we score on this one? The answer is no. 2 straight power plays. Tampa tried to put us back into this game. We couldn't answer it. There's 3 minutes left. Blue Jackets finding themselves 1 goal down, and that will do it. Second round bounce. Not a big deal, though. A second round bounce. I mean, we got out of the first. I thought it was going to be difficult with the Blue Jackets. It's just tough. We turned this season around. We couldn't have played better if we tried in that last month of the year. Came into the playoffs on absolute fire, and the sim just killed us. Absolutely killed us. We played a bunch of 1-goal games against Tampa. Could have went either way at the end of the day, but they go out there. We had to lose about 3, maybe 4 games in March. It was a disgusting March. The Florida Panthers are going to win the Stanley Cup. Speaking of ex-Blue Jackets, there goes Bob winning himself a cup first year out of Columbus. Dubois, 14 points in 12 games in the playoffs. That's the best you can ask for out of your first liners right there. Looking at the individual awards, I don't think we took much home. Radulov, Sagan, look at that Dallas line. They started out 7-0 and they just got better, it looks like. Lady Bing going to Sagan, Makar getting a Calder, Barkov getting a Conn Smythe. Vezina, whoa! There you go, Corpy! Questions answered. Carried the team to playoffs. Won himself the Vezina. Jennings going to Ranta. Hamannek getting the Masterton. Adams going to LaBelle. O'Reilly getting the Selkie. And then Radulov with the Lindsay. But good for Corpy. First year in the pipes permanently and wins himself a Vezina. Or in his starting role, I should say. Otherwise, though, guys, if you enjoyed this video, a subscribe and thumbs up are always appreciated and never required. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next time.